Okay, so we are live now. Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome everyone to Learn Markets YouTube channel. Thank you everyone for joining in. We have here Vivek Gadodia ji, and thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And today we'll be talking about understanding market trends using algo trading, right, sir?
Yes, I'm going to do that.
Perfect. So it's a very interesting subject, and we'll first understand the concepts around algo trading, right? And then you'll share your screen, show about the markets, give a quick market view also, and at the end we'll take up questions, right?
Sure, perfect.
Perfect, perfect. So since everybody is joining in, I think we can start with the concepts, sir, now.
Okay, okay. So, how we like to basically talk about this is in a simple way. If I were to say, it is rule-based trading. So, you could have, a rule around anything which you can define, like say a moving average or RSI or a ADX. Now, let me probably share what this is not. So, for example, sometimes we see a pattern like double top or a double bottom or something. Now, it's visually easy for you and me to identify that, but when you are trying to tell a computer what is a double top, okay, it's tough because what if the second top is how much above should it be the first top, a little up or below, should it be same? These are subjective things. So not talking about we are not talking about all this, the camel hump pattern, Burj Khalifa pattern, all these kind of which are subjective, in other words. So what we are going to stick to is only objective patterns and something which we can tell a computer and it can plot. So at a basic level, then once we are able to plot the pattern or get the signal, then it's buying or selling or trading. So just like how typically we say this in like when you make Maggie, it's a rule based thing where you boil water 2.5 cups, you put the taste maker, you put so and so, and then you eat it, like basically. So there are steps. Similarly, so in the algo trading we have some steps that if X and Y and Z happens, then you buy, and if something happens, A or B, then you exit the trade. So we are going to share some broad ideas about that going forward. It sounds easy, but in practice, yes, rules can be simple, but obviously it requires some more challenges to follow and the discipline and all that. I think you're muted, so I can't.
Yes,
Hear you.
I was actually noise coming in. Okay, so there's this quick question that what coding language is used here? So by one of our viewers.
Oh, okay. So basically, I use TradingView. Pine script is one of the things which is very popular now because a lot of the one of the big thing with the algo trading to start, especially, is to get the data, the historical data of the market.
Yes,
In
right.
TradingView, thankfully, it's connected to hundreds of markets all over the world, and we can just basically uh, any strategy you're trying, you can just change the instrument of the market and see the results on. So I use that, and I
Okay.
use Python also for certain back testing, which I can't do on TradingView. For that, I use Python. Earlier, it used to be Excel, VBA. Now moved more to Python from Excel.
Right.
As regards language, basically, you just need one language to be good at, or so once you are good at one language, I mean, you learn one and keep practicing it. That's okay. To keep building on. Yeah. Okay, so if we were to talk about broad market and then use a little bit of systems to see that. So just broad market, I'd like to share my screen now to share
Sure.
something about trading view. Okay, So are you able to see the trading view?
Yes, it is visible to me. If I can get yes from the viewers as well, if they're able to see the screen. Trading view screen is shared. So are you able to see it? I'm able to see it perfectly.
Okay, great. So it's a 5 minute chart right now on Bank Nifty that I have open. So if I'll just first make a daily time frame. Okay, this is not something that I'm trading on. For the trading, I will come to the lower time frame. But first, to just set a broad context of where the market is using a rule or a system, how I view it is like if you look at the daily chart of Bank Nifty, okay, and if you look at RS, I'm going to use very simple indicators to the so maybe some users may be familiar and some might find it too simple, but I basically find mostly the simple things help. So this is RSI. Many of you must be knowing. It's basically just measuring the trend of the market. Like a recent, I've given 14 period, so this is nothing but 14 days RSI. Okay. Now, if you've seen the RSI, you can see there is a 50 line in the middle and 70 on top, 30 in the bottom. So basically, 50 is like a center line or middle line. Anything above 50 is basically like a bullish, and anything below 50 is a bearish. So when I say bullish or bearish, does not mean this is the point to take the trade, but it's just like you want to see whether the weather is, I mean, is it sunny or not sunny? Is it rainy or not rainy? So if it is rainy, then you take the umbrella. Otherwise, you don't, like this. So here you're just checking, is it bullish or bearish? So right now, what do you think, Shrutiji? What is the indicator telling? The value is around 39 and it is below 50. So basically, we are in a bearish.
Bearish mode. Hmm.
Yes, it's a bearish territory right now.
Hmm.
Where was the peak formed recently, if we see, where RSI was about 70? This was just around 15th to 18th
15.
September. Yeah,
Hmm.
about 10, 12 days back. Coincidentally, this was also around the period where the G20 meeting happened. And you must be, I mean, I'm not using fundamental really sort of in the trading, but little bit of sentimental part and all. If you see here, the sentiment was maximum bullish for India, right? Very,
Right.
very high sentiment. Does it mean overall trend is turned to bearish as such broadly? We don't know yet, but definitely from this,
Seems so. I mean,
yeah, seems so. Not at least as bullish as it was that point. Maybe right now there is it's in a weak territory.
hmm.
No? So this is Bank Nifty, okay, and if we look at Nifty, Nifty is a little more weaker actually, or more. Nifty was RSI had even gone to 75. It was even more stronger actually. And right now, today's movement, it's turned into a weak territory as well.
Okay.
This is the broad overall structure. Now, if you're using systems to get into it, I'll get a little further into that. So we are just going to
There's a
use.
question that is there any specific reason for this U-turn?
So supply is more than demand. In a simple word, it looks like
Hmm.
somebody. I mean, there is obviously somebody supplying more than what is being demanded. Uh, whether it is the high volume traders, institutional traders, uh, uh, maybe we had run up a lot, or whatever. I mean, we can make some reasons out of it, but in the systematic approach and the technical approach, we are basically more trying to follow with what is happening, and we can not know exactly why, but yes, supply is more than demand, which is causing price to fall. And yeah, maybe this I'm talking about the G20 thing and all. So many times, there is a indicator called magazine cover indicator, popular. It's like a contra indicator. Some people believe in it,
Okay.
some don't, but I've rarely seen. So whenever something is making headlines, it's on the magazines all over, right? It's probably time to go contra. So if you see till a week and a half to back, everywhere there was extreme bullishness on India,
Absolutely. Hmm.
right? And if you remember in March, April here, there was a lot of pessimism, quite a lot more than the version says, and there
Yes.
market rallied. So maybe this turn is not a very short term, and we can also see that from July, see, although market is kind of price wise tending to it did make a lifetime high, but the RSI has been sort of weak. It's trying to break out, but even here it tried, but it couldn't. So overall, as of now, structure looks bearish in the immediate short term. At least medium term, we don't know. We'll see if it looks like that. This 19250 to 300 400 zone obviously
Right.
looks like a very strong demand zone, right?
Hmm.
But if price tests, if it tests there, if it comes to test that and bounces from there, okay. But if it breaks, then we can be into further weakening is likely.
Okay.
If we go into much one higher time frame, just probably if you see weekly also Nifty's RSI has started going, is sloping downward right now below 60 down to 53, etc. If you see Bank Nifty, again, Bank Nifty is tending to touch. Bank Nifty has been a little, I mean, more laggard than Nifty as such, broadly. It doesn't have that kind of momentum even in this entire month, if you see. So
Right.
that's how it is. Coming to the system, so what we use is if you take Nifty, we go to hourly. Look at hourly, RSI is obviously quite weak, 32 something, and so you can see like some of these bigger falls that have happened, right?
Yes.
Typically might come when RSI is below 30.
Below 30. Hmm.
In fact, where many mostly the people will say below 30 is oversold, but for a trend trader, momentum trader, no price is too low to sell and no price is too high to buy as such.
Absolutely.
So if we go below 30, it is actually even more bearish. And today's closing at least is, yes. Only thing is, I think because you have one more day, Friday tomorrow. So usually sometimes on expiry day, definitely you will see a trend nowadays. Mostly, uh, you can see his seasonally also Thursdays is generally a bearish kind of trend
Bearish
broadly
kind of. Yeah.
with it. But and Friday, if there is bullishness, usually Friday might be a little recovery. But if we close weak tomorrow also, then it perhaps could be a more confirmation of the bearishness.
Right.
So Nifty and Bank Nifty. Nifty is also in the RSI week on the hourly. Nitiji, in this, we use one system I use, which we have covered in detail in the algo trading for everyone course at
Hmm.
e-learning which we teach.
Hmm.
And it's the same system being used for 2.5 years now without any changes. So just quickly add this.
So now we'll understand what system goes behind this entire setup.
I'll just touch a little upon one indicator. Maybe it has got multiple indicators, but I can touch upon
Right.
one or two.
Yeah, maybe like the viewers may want to know just a brief idea of how does
Sure.
it look like?
Sure.
So
We'll do that. Because of lack of time, we won't be able to cover the whole, but
absolutely,
we have explained that in detail in the algo trading course. In the algo trading course. Right?
absolutely.
So here's where I'll just add the system. So now I'm just removing RSI now. We'll just add this. Okay. So here we are using three indicators. Okay. So there is a moving average line for a trend. Then there is a Donchian channel, which is like
Okay,
highest high, lowest low indicator,
right.
and use a swing trading pattern in a candlestick. That's a little sort of you can say modified pattern of a classical candle pattern. We have modified it and all. But, and so what I'll cover is maybe I'll just add a trend line moving average indicator. So here what we use is we use a moving average 200 period we'll take. You know? So SMA 200. Again, like how I was explaining the RSI 50 line as the filter for the trend in the daily. Okay, here we are using a 200-hour moving average as the trend decider.
Okay,
So as you may have guessed, for a uptrend, price has to be above the 200 MA. And if you're on the below 200 MA, then trend is down.
down. Hmm.
Right. तो आप देखेंगे कि आज ही I mean for the viewers also you can see today it's a we were actually just crisscrossing around the 200 MA since yesterday. We went above once, broke out, but today we broke down. And this red arrow you can see here is actually the sell trade which has just come today at 10 a.m.
Okay,
Right? We got a sell signal in this system.
right.
So this is running with a sell, and you can see the equity curve of the system since a couple of years, around 3-4 years, and it's pretty detailed kind of idea about the return. So if you go into the bank nifty, again bank nifty even yesterday was below the 200 hour, so it was in bearish only, and
Right.
today we have got a sell at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Hmm.
So bank nifty, so both nifty and bank nifty on the system sell trades have come today.
Okay.
So if we also look like from a multi time frame kind of thing in this system, I'm not using multi time frame, but if you see daily was weak and now even hourly is weak, we got confirmation. So as of now, structure looks bearish. Again, caveat goes in technical analysis, we get 40% trades right around, means 60% go wrong.
Hmm.
So if the market turns for whatever reason which we don't know, we get
Right.
out with our stop loss. So there is a
Absolutely.
stop loss in place for this
Hmm.
system. The stop loss exit rule is very simple. We just use a previous candle high as the exit. So effectively, the stop loss is trailing right now. If tomorrow on Monday or whenever the price goes above this high of the previous candle, we get out.
We get out of straight. Okay.
So we
Okay.
exit first and we think later why it is happening. Okay. If we get an exit, we get
Ideal,
out.
but okay. Okay. Clear. So if we have any questions, viewers can put it across in the comment box. We'll also simultaneously take questions. Okay. This is clear, Vivekji.
Okay. There is just one more system which is little faster than this. So I'll just close this and go on to that. So this I use on 30 minutes time frame, and this is using RSI. This uses actually two RSIs. Right. So you can just ignore that. But even in this system, we have got sell today.
Okay.
Okay, and okay in Bank Nifty and in Nifty both. So multiple. So actually, this is another thing from us when we are running strategies. When we typically have multiple systems giving the same direction, bullish or bearish, then it is more likely confirmation that trend is that. So in multiple systems, we have shorts running right now. So that is a little more confirmation कि
Right.
bearishness का chance ज़्यादा है compared to bullishness.
Hmm.
So that's the view broadly using some of the strategies, and you can see if I just go back into the hourly system, which is the more active system which I
Hmm.
use. So if we see, again, like you can see win rate, it's about 45%. If we add,
45%.
yeah, after we add the costs and the slippage, it will drop even.
Hmm.
So you can see this trade is running right now with a 0.7% something profit.
Hmm.
So the here there is also a position sizing rule we have built that like using a 10 lakhs of capital, we started with 3 lots, and then
Okay.
as and when the equity curve is going enough, it means if we are making money, then we increase the quantity, the algo increases the quantity. So
Okay.
if we are reducing money, then we if we are losing sort of, then we reduce the quantity, the algo will automatically reduce.
Okay. Got it.
So जो 3 lots से start हुआ था has now become 9 lots. So this
Okay.
as such is making right now about 0.7%. And, you can see. So before this, in the September, actually in that run up, got a good long trade. So
Hmm.
this trending systems generally do the market is favorable right now mostly
Hmm.
for trending kind of systems in index and even stocks in this year. Last year index was generally okay, quite good also, but stocks were okay. Some systems were like they were whipsawing quite a bit. Whipsawing is where you get a false breakout and the false breakdown.
Hmm. Right.
Right? So, but Bank Nifty has been doing good generally, and you can see some good trades. Like this was 1.5% positive trade,
Hmm.
and then 1% positive.
1%.
Hmm.
Hmm.
3.5%. This was a
3.5%. Right.
good trade. So few, it's like 20% of the trades will make 80% of the money in this. So you don't know which 20%, but that's why you have to take all the trades, the extent.
Right. Okay.
Right. This is also about a 2%.
S- Hmm.
So this was Nifty,
Okay.
Bank Nifty.
So we have a question here, Vivek ji, that can you please explain the conditions for short or long in one of your scripts?
Yeah. So if we go into, say, I will expand little further on this system. Right. I will add say a Donchian channel. Donchian channel is basically like the highest high and lowest low.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just leaving it default 20 is the default setting. Okay, we use something else, but right now it is just say it's 20. Okay, just to
Okay.
explain the concept. So to remove this middle line, upper line is green colored and lower line, let us say, is blue colored. We'll leave it. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll expand on this now a little more. I'll zoom. So what this rule is, along with I said the 200-hour moving average we use as trend filter. So when close is below the 200 MA, that is like first signal for where we can take short. Along with that, we look for one more confirmation with Donchian. Suppose we are using two indicators. So basically using minimum. I generally use at least two indicators. In some systems, I might use three. So two or three, generally two or three conditions in most systems. Okay, very rare it would be four,
Okay.
and I don't think one condition now anymore I would use. But at least so most systems will have two or three conditions. Yeah. So basically now, along with the close being below the MA 200-hour MA, the close should be below the lower Donchian channel. So
Okay.
if you take this example, यहाँ पे 26 September 3 o'clock, okay,
Hmm.
the previous low of 20 candles was here, this blue line, which is nothing but
Right.
the low of this 2 o'clock of Monday 25th. Now, moment next day on 27th Wednesday, the price closes below this blue line, and you see the channel is shifted down, right, when this happens.
Yes.
So this is
Right.
the confirmation of Donkin break. So this
Okay.
is like the one of the rule for going short.
Okay.
Okay. I hope that helps or that's clear.
So, Vishnu, I hope your question is answered here. In case if you have any further questions, you can put it across on the comment box. Okay. Yes, this is fine, Vivek.
Okay. So this is something very popular by named after Sir Richard Donchin, who was one of the earliest traders in system trading. And it's a very simple, but I find it very effective indicator because idea is to make a new high. At least we have to break a old high first, or to make a new low
Yes.
we have to break old low,
Right.
right? So everyone was saying Nifty 2500, 21. Even I must have been like 2500. But about
Totally.
2200 to go to 2500, first it has to go to 2300. It never went there, right?
Hmm.
It never broke the
Right.
old high and price has turned. So,
Hmm.
so it's simple, but I mean, very effective. And you can see
Perfect.
how it will keep
Perfect.
trailing, right? As the market is going up.
Yes. Clear. Okay. All right. Okay, this was good, and I just wanted to ask one thing, Vivekji. Is like algo trading something which is like a, it's like, is it like anyone can do it? Like even if I don't have that much knowledge about technicals, and but I want to get into the system-based, rule-based trading. So is it like for everyone, or do you need certain prerequisites for getting into this?
Okay, so like I can share a little bit about my journey in this. So when I started, I mean, have not done any formal technical analysis education actually, but
Okay,
I studied the indicators when I was like building using them in a system. So I
all right,
think what helps can help. Yeah, you would a little bit of idea about the indicator will help when you're building the system, but you don't need these. There are 700, 800 indicators, okay, and new ones are
right,
made every day. So you don't
absolutely,
need to know more than two, three. I know traders who use one setup, one indicator, and but trade very well with it also. Okay,
right, absolutely,
so
right.
little bit idea will help. And two about coding nowadays, there are a lot of no code platform.
Hmm.
Okay, and like even with Pine Script or TradingView like this, yes, these can be linked to the trading system. So
Right.
we it will help if you pick up little more trading coding because you can do some things which otherwise might be difficult. But
Hmm.
but you can any I mean, coding is just like a language. How we are, it requires practice. Yes, it requires,
Right.
but not that only engineers can code or something. There's nothing like
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. It was such a wonderful session. If we have any questions, we'll just wait for 2 minutes in case we have any questions. I'll just quickly check. Um, okay. All right. Okay. Vivek ji, thank you for wonderful session. Thank you for joining us. Thank you everybody for staying here with us. Have a nice day ahead. Thank
that.
you.